Okay, I just did a full tour of my hobby room and realized it was 26 minutes long and no one is bored enough to sit through that. So here's the speed dating version of the tour. First, my workbench, big table, lots of tools, all in a pile because that's how I roll. Solder station over here for all the soldering. And basically just a whole lot of room to work. This is the cleanest it's ever been. Probably the cleanest it ever will be. But yeah, I like having a lot of room to work. Now for the collection up top, we've got a FF01 with a beat up old body on it that will be replaced eventually by a Celica body that's sitting on top of it. OFNA JL10 four-wheel drive touring car. Just a roller. Actually, both of those are just rollers. Actually, everything on the shelf is a roller except the last car. TT01 beat up body. An entirely unassembled was a TB01 Mitsubishi Lancer rally car. All the parts are there. I got it on eBay for cheap, just minus the box and stickers. Next is an RS4, old HPI RS4 belt drive electric touring car with a Mazda Speed 6 body sitting on top. Next is a Tamiya MO6 rear-wheel drive mini roller. MO2, Tamiya MO2 mini roller. It's got a beat-up Volkswagen Beetle body on it. And then sitting on top of that is a NSU Prinz body. It's an old rear-engine, rear-wheel drive German car. Got to shorten that to fit that. No big deal. This is the only running car on the shelf. Tamiya TA04SS, four-wheel drive, belt drive. My first road car. Actually, it is in good running shape. Alright, that does it for that shelf. Move over here. We've got... this is sort of the shelf of miscellaneous stuff. We've got a whole lot of batteries, mostly charged, all good. I do test them regularly. We've got a large bag of brushed motors and speed controls, ripped out of cars that I bought used. I think you'll notice that pretty much everything here is something I purchased used, mostly as rollers. Sometimes they come with motors or speed controls. I rip those right out with brushless in, or eventually put brushless in. Lots of spray paint, all polycarb safe, obviously. A large pile of motors and speed controls, waiting to be put in various vehicles. Some of these vehicles actually have motors and speed controls sitting in the little plastic containers underneath of them. Some of them do not. These are ones that haven't been assigned to vehicles yet. We've got an OFNA Ultra LX Pro roller that came with the brushless motor mount and the modified servo tray. That's going to be fun. We've got an associated B44, not the 44.1, but the original B44. That's got everything except a servo in it, almost ready to go. HPI Blitz. This is the only brushed vehicle I have. I was considering racing in a stock brushed class, but never got around to it. Actually, the ESC and motor are Traxxas stock parts, an XL5 and a Titan 12, but they do still count for a brush class. Lots of extra wheels for both of those sitting in the boxes. We've got a closet over here with spare parts, mostly spare bodies for various vehicles. Lots of spare bodies, some boxes for stuff that came with boxes, more spare bodies. Whole lot of sticker sheets. I've got sticker sheets for all these bodies, just too lazy to put them on for the most part. Up top here, we've got the Tamiya TL01 four-wheel drive. It's a roller. Got an HPI E10, just the body up top because the entire car is in pieces and parts in there. I broke the chassis, so I had to disassemble everything. I do have a new chassis and a bunch of other new parts, but I haven't got it put back together yet. Associated TC3 electric. Some extra blue bling in there. I do have a motor and speed control ready for this. Just haven't put it together yet. Speed controls in there. This is a MO4 rear-wheel drive Mini. The car is ready to go. It is fully motored up and everything. I've driven around without the body on. I just haven't finished the body yet. It's a BMW 2002 body. It's model 2002, not year. We've got the Tamiya MO3, which I put a little, no motor and ESC. This had a motor and speed control in it, but I burned up the speed control and used the motor for something else. Haven't got it put back together yet. And that's got a Nissan Micra body on it right now, which still needs stickers. Tamiya MO1, front wheel drive Mini. Body's beat up. It came, for some reason, with two different sized hubs in the axles in the front, stub axles. See, one's longer than the other. I have replacements there, just haven't got it put together yet. TA01 belt drive touring car, also just a roller. It's actually a carbon chassis conversion. The original plastic chassis parts are in there. Moving down, OFNA Ravager converted to rally car. There we go, there's some focus. You can see inside, there's the motor, speed controller all there. That's fun, that runs. My first ever RC car, Evader EXB, that runs, brushless converted obviously. We've got not a T-Max, this is actually, back up a bit, this is actually an Associated MGT, fully blinged out, aluminum everything, even an aluminum gas can, which will obviously be coming out when I convert this to brushless. Everything's aluminum, everything's fancy, except the shocks, which aluminum shocks are in there. This is going to be a shelf queen pretty much. I mean, aluminum, especially aluminum A-arms, are terrible for actually doing anything with. So I'll just, I'll finish it off with some few more aluminum parts, get a nicer body for it, one that doesn't say T-Max, and call it a day on that one. It'll probably never actually go anywhere. This is a Red Cat RS10, just a roller, crawler. Pretty much stock, except for somebody decided to spray paint the chassis for some reason. With a probably a Proline Jeep body. Baja Bug body sitting here, still in the package, on top of what will be the chassis for it. This is a Duratrax Nitroquake or Thunderquake, one of the two. I've got some giant tires put on the rear. This is converted to two-wheel drive only because the front diff is completely broken and the parts are unavailable. That brush motor will obviously be coming out, and this will be my 8th scale, two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive Baja Beetle. That'll be fun. Alright, up top over here, we've got a Turnigy 16th scale, 16th, 18th, depending on how you want to look at it, short course truck from Hobby King. Bone stock, as purchased from them. It does run, it is quite a fun little truck. Losi mini desert truck, a bunch of new steering and suspension parts in there. That's got to get put together. That still needs a speed control and motor. Takara Tomy GX buggy. Oh, hold on, it's losing focus again here. Takara Tomy GX buggy, sold as the Airhogs Hyperactive in the US, but was not available in the US at the time. So I got mine from Japan, which is why all the writing is in Japanese on there. HPI Micro RS4. This is just about done. It does have the brushless motor and speed control in there, and a bunch of aftermarket parts, and pretty much nothing on here is stock. It just needs to get finished up. Have some wheels put on it. Losi Mini LST. This is also almost entirely aftermarket parts on here, or quite a few aftermarket parts on here. Shocks, single servo conversion kit, brushless motor mount, brushless, a lot of stuff on there. That's fun. That does run and work. This is the junkyard of things that'll probably never run or work. We've got two 10-scale pan cars and a Kyosho Nitro two-wheel drive, I think stadium truck body, unknown model, no clue. Actually, I have no idea who made either of the pan car bodies because they're not labeled in any way that I can tell. I bought them because they were extremely cheap. I don't think I paid $30 for any of them. So yeah, those are just there for looks. Moving down, we have a what was originally a Stampede, fully upgraded. I think the only original parts on there are the body mounts and a couple of the suspension bits. Not much of it. Everything's aluminum or RPM or something. The entire transmission was redone. Aluminum case, all metal gears. Obviously metal CVDs. There is no plastic between the motor and the wheels. Oh, and lengthened aluminum chassis. So this is actually a the body on here now. It was originally for a Savage. It's the GT Gigante body, which is actually longer than the stock Savage body. So that's quite a bit bigger than it should be. HPI Wheelie King converted to Crawler King and then lengthened a bit. Front servo conversion, brushless. This one does run also, just like the Stampede. It is in good shape. It is a lot of fun. I'm not a big time crawler, but every once in a while it's nice to go slow. This is the big boy. This is a Savage. It was originally a Savage X Nitro. There is literally, I think, nothing original in here except some of the screws and, oh, the transmission, which was converted also. So some of the gears are different, but none of the other parts are original to this. DB17, lengthened 6th scale-ish chassis. Basically, everything that can be done to it was done to it. Gigantic Fiego, however you want to pronounce it, motor down in there. Castle, Monster, ESC. A whole lot of fun, but I keep blowing out dog bones, so I got the CVD kit. Just haven't quite put it in yet. And, 12 minutes already, jeez. Alright, XTM Accelerator, rolling chassis. It was like $30. I'll probably end up giving it away. XTM Mammoth, which is a big 8th scale monster truck. Haven't decided what's going to happen with that yet. I'll probably convert it to brushless eventually. And last but not least, we've got a Okna Pirate 10 4-wheel drive monster truck, which I already had everything I need to convert it. There is a speed control and motor in that box there. It's just waiting on me to stop being lazy. All right. I think that covers it. We got this one at less than half the length of the last one. And there you go.